Hey guys, it's Lee. Welcome back to my channel and this what I've warmed this week. So this week I have warmed through the holiday bricks that I had on Monday, so I can include my warm review of those, and they may not be the same opinions as I had on cold, so I'll leave those, actually I'll do those first, just because then it'll be out of the way. So these are in no particular order. I have brought, I'll start with this one just because it was there. So Icicles and Evergreen. Now I do have the bar as well, so I did decide to warm the bar because I had this last November, so I've had this bar for a year, so I thought rather than like opening the brick or using the brick, I'd use this first because then I can like use this up. So this is Cool Blue Eucalyptus and Pine Needle iced with crystallized sugar. Now I will sniff the brick just because it's in my hand. Now to me this is a very fresh wintry pine scent. It doesn't have, to me it doesn't have the fruity notes that Just For You has, or the like sweetness of very snowy spruce. It is very much fresh, crisp winter tree, which if you don't like wintry pine tree type scents, you really wouldn't like this. There's that. So I'll go through these first and then I will put them in my ranking order having warmed them. Then the next one is Caramel Chestnut, and the scent description for this is Silky Caramel and Vanilla Cozy Up to Warm Chestnut. And this one, it did really surprise me. From the description, I thought, oh, it'll be okay. Wasn't that sold on the scent description when I saw it before I bought it. But this one reminds me of spiced eggnog. It has that similar boozy note to it, but on warming it does still have that slightly boozy note and the warmth and coziness of spiced eggnog, which if you're in the UK you won't know what I'm talking about because we've never had that one over here. But on warming I got a really smoky note come out of it, like you'd added some around the campfire to it. Like Michael from the Wax Vault picked that up on cold. I didn't, I still don't. But I think he described it well when he said it's like chestnuts being roasted over like the embers of a fire that's just gone out. So there was that one. Then maraschino sugar cookie. So this is sugar cookie dough baked with vanilla and drizzled in a sweet maraschino cherry glaze, and this one is absolutely divine. Absolutely love this one. I did have a cube of it sent me from Lindy last year, who had some from a whiff box. This was a whiff box exclusive last December, and there were rumours that it would probably be re-released. I think the first one that started the rumour that I know of was Melissa Johnson, who pointed out the snowflakes on the packaging and rightly kind of guessed that it would be released this year in some form. Super happy that we have this in a brick, and yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. For me, for first day it was really strong. Second day not so strong, but I can live with that. I really like that one. Caramel, going back to Caramel Chestnut, this is a real performer. I had it on Monday night, last night and earlier on today, and it's still going. This one really does pack a punch. So that's those. And then Winter's Eve. Winter's Eve, for me, on warm was a huge disappointment. Was it a huge disappointment? No, that's probably not fair. So on cold, it's quite cologne-like. Sorry, I just dropped some wax on the floor. Quite cologne-y. It's described as a crisp evergreen forest filled with winter white cedar and brightened by sparkling bergamot. I got like eucalyptus or something from this. When I warmed it, day one was really, really nice. Quite light. In my opinion, it was quite light. It was in the dining room, which isn't a huge room. And it was kind of like just in the background. Then my disappointment came yesterday when it had been on. I went out to Run Club, came home, walked in the house, and I was like, I can smell Roll of the Dice very faintly. And there is something in this that on day 2 just reminds me of Roll of the Dice. Not the rancid note of Roll of the Dice, like the stale BO, but there's definitely something in this that makes me think of Roll of the Dice. And yeah, someone else had similar thoughts on it too, which it was only when we compared notes afterwards that we both came up with the same note. So Melissa Johnson actually mixed Arctic Kiss. Sorry, I've just dropped the bomb. Arctic Kiss with Roll of the Dice, and suggested that I try adding this to Winter's Eve. I love Arctic Kiss. This is cool Arctic mint and fresh air embrace the warmth of fluffy vanilla clouds. This was one of the first bars I had from Scentsy, and I am actually going to put this in my club this year because Just For You didn't come back this year, which was another one that I love, and I don't want to risk not getting this again. So yeah, this will be going in my club until next winter when we know what's coming back. So these two together, equal quantities. So because it was day 2 of this, was half a brick cube, so like 2 regular cubes. I did only add 1 cube of this, and yes, it did certainly take away the Roll of the Dice note. Next time I warm it, which I may do tonight, I think I'll do half a brick cube and 2 bar cubes. My disappointment is the fact that I feel that this is one that I do need to add something to, certainly on day 2. So it may be that I either warm this just for one day, or one day and then add this for day 2. So that was a disappointment. And then the final brick, Frosted Petals. So this is Snowberry and White Currant Wreath, Jingle Bell Orchid, frosted with Sheer Musk. And it's nice, it's a definite floral, it's a sweet fruity floral, but it is without a doubt a floral. This is another one that I was slightly disappointed with, just because I used half a brick cube, so that's like 2 standard bar cubes in my bedroom. And it was nice day 1, day 2 I could barely smell it. So that, purely for the longevity, was a disappointment for me. So before I move on to the rest of them, I will just quickly pop these into my new rank order. Now I've warmed them, and I'm just going to grab this bar. Then, so originally, my original on Cold Sniff was 5th place. Joint 3rd place. 2nd place. 1st place. And as I said, the only reason this was last place was the fact that it was a catalogue line, and I kind of felt a bit cheated by the fact that it's available to buy anyway, so that was purely the only reason. Now, having warmed them, my opinion has changed slightly. In 5th place we have Winter's Eve. In fourth place we have Frosted Petals. In third place we have Icicles and Evergreen, because I would buy, or I would still buy this in bar, or probably wouldn't buy it in brick format because I don't kind of use enough of it, but I certainly would buy another bar of it. Then we do have a joint first place, which is these two. And as I said, this was a bit of a curveball because I really didn't think it was going to be as good as it is. Based on fragrance alone, I would say this takes first place. Based on longevity, this would take first place, which is why they have kind of joint first place. I'm torn between buying another brick of each of these when it's released on general sale next week, because they are 2 for £48, so 24 quid each is a good buy, or whether to add these as bars to my Scented Club, which you can do from the 1st November for 30 days or until the bricks sell out, whichever is the later. But I think I'm going to go with another brick of each because it does work out that little bit cheaper, and another brick of each of these will probably last me 2 or 3 years combined. Plus these are probably a little easier to store than bars. Haven't decided yet. I may actually just go for a brick of each and then add it to my Scented Club as a bar, just to see how much I get through now this year, because obviously if I get through it quite a bit, then if it's in my club, great. My Scented Club ships next week, and then I always skip my May, so it's every 3 months, so I always skip May because it means that it gives me a chance to use up some of the bars I've got here already, and Scented allow you to skip once every 12 months without losing your always get my bar. So if you have stuff in your Scented Club that isn't expired, you can skip as often as you like. If you have any bars that are retired, so I don't think I have, yes I do, so say one that's retired, I can't think of one. Oodles of Orange. So Oodles of Orange I don't think is in the current catalogue, therefore it's subject to the always get my bar perk, which means that as long as it's in your club they will continue to provide it for you. If you skip twice then you lose them, but you won't lose ones that are still available. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, that means then that my next shipment would be August, so in theory September, October we would know what's coming back in the autumn winter catalogue. So yeah, in theory if I add this to my Scented Club after my November shipment has shipped, then I won't get another bar until September. So if push comes to shove, I just get one extra bar. So then on to the rest of them. So I've done Icicles and Evergreen. Finished off bar of Halloween Town. So this is Everybody Scream for a sinister potion of cranberry, apple and spiced cedarwood concocted in the dead of night. And this reminds me a bit of like a spicy fruitcake. Really, really like that one. Then I warmed some of this month's scent of the month, which is Warm Pumpkin Drizzle, and it's described as warm cloves, comfort, cosy pumpkin with a drizzle of sweet maple syrup. And I was tempted to add it to my Scented Club. I think I'll add it to my Scented Club for next month just to get one more bar, because I'm not sure I'll be doing another order before then. Yeah, I don't know. But then I also want to pick up another bar of Arctic Kiss, because obviously I am going to now be mixing this with Winter's Eve. And while I do have another bar of it in the cupboard, yeah, so I may end up doing an order, otherwise I'll just stick them in my Scented Club and then just take them out. So yeah, that's Warm Vanilla Pumpkin, really nice. It's a nice sweet pumpkin scent, which we don't get a huge amount of pumpkin scents, so you know, it's good that we have started to get more. Then one that I popped in my bedroom after Frosted Petals was Warm Amber and Silk. So this is warm amber and bergamot wrapped up in comforting cotton for a smooth finish. And this one to me, it makes me think of suntan lotion, but not like I generally use Hawaiian Tropic suntan lotion. It doesn't have the same kind of note as that, but to me it's like a cross between like a laundry scent and suntan lotion. It's nice, it's quite light, but I don't think I'd be rebuying. I think for me 1 bar will be enough. And then, last but not least, I did a little mixology of Black Forest Pine, which is dark fir balsam accented with pepper tangerine and an air of smoked vanilla, which is a really nice wintry pine scent. So I mixed that with some vanilla mint. So this is Winter Green Frost, sparkles over vanilla and frozen citrus. And I really like this one on its own. And mixed with Black Forest Pine, it was a really nice combination. Neither of which I believe are currently available anymore. So that's it from me for this week. Yeah, that's it from me for this week, though I will give a brief shout out to Bath & Body Works Vampire Blood Candle. This is one I picked up when I was in the States last month and been burning really well, but the scent is absolutely gorgeous. The scent notes are blood red strawberry, midnight blooming jasmine, dark Transylvanian plum, made with natural essential oils. And yeah, it's just a really nice fruity scent. So if you're in the States and you like fruity candles, go and buy some of these. They are currently on offer in the fall sale, and they're $12.95, which is a bit of a steal. So that's definitely it from me now for this week. My don't have any orders planned until my club ships next week, but it's Halloween on Monday, which means it will be time for my month-end empties. So join me next week for that and for another instalment of What I've Warmed on Wednesday. So until then, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye.